Hi, Children's Chapel. Do you want to hear a crazy story? I'll tell you. Once upon a time, over 2,000 years ago, a bunch of people got together. They had heard about, or some of them had actually met, this really cool guy named Jesus, who told them all sorts of great stuff about God and how much God loved them and what it meant to be loved by God. So these people got together and they talked to each other, they asked questions, they told stories, they sang songs, and they prayed for each other. And at first, it was just that little group of people. But of course, they went out in the world and they met other people. And when they met those other people, they told them those stories. They had those conversations, and they prayed for them. And then, of course, as the world went on, there were more people, more families, more kids being born, more time passing. And those people continued to tell these stories and say these prayers. So one person, thousands of years ago, said a prayer. They held hands, or maybe they gave a blessing on the head or the chest. Maybe they shared bread. Maybe they sang a song together. But they shared a prayer and a story. And that person shared it with somebody else. And that person shared it with somebody else. And it passed on and on, down through all of the years, all of the generations, different countries, different churches, different people, until it got to you. That's right. I know you've gotten a blessing at church before, right? Maybe it's during communion and the priest puts their hand on your head and says a blessing. Or maybe it's at the beginning of the school year when you do blessing of the backpacks. Maybe your parents have prayed for you or a different family member. But I want you to know that when you get prayed for or blessed at church or at home, you are connected to thousands of years of other people doing the same thing. Someone blessed and prayed for Father Matt, and then he blessed and prayed for you. And then you can go on and bless and pray for someone else. It goes all the way back to Jesus and the Jewish people before him. You are part of an amazing story that goes back thousands of years. It's an unbroken chain. One person talking to one person, talking to one person, talking to one person, connecting you all the way back to Jesus and the early disciples. That's what being at church is all about. It's about being part of this really big conversation that people have been having for thousands of years. It's about being another link in the chain where people bless and pray for each other, and then those people bless and pray for other people, and then those people, and so on and so forth. You are one of those people. Being prayed for, being blessed, singing in church, asking questions, telling stories, reading the Bible, all of these things connect you to people from hundreds and thousands of years ago who did the same thing.